You know what's weird is just humans in general. It's like a lot of dudes and women are just fine with just the regular missionary at night and have a little kiss and go to bed. It's like, how come? Maybe we're the weird ones.
Yeah, we're definitely.
Yeah.
They ain't horny.
Yeah. Like you come out of the shower, if you're my girlfriend, dude, I got an apple in my mouth. I'm ready to go. Do whatever you want.
Freaking stuffed pig.
Yeah, dude. You call me fat?
Well, dude, you brought up the apple.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let the boys be boys.
What's good, fam? Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys. My name's Jorge. This is Mike.
Miguel. We've been eating Fuentes a lot. I think I got to go start going by Miguel now. So
Miguel Mason.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. You like that?
Uh-huh.
Thought of that last night laying in bed.
Yeah.
I didn't. That's brand new.
Okay. We got a new setup, kind of.
Yeah. Feels weird. I'm staring at myself, seeing all my chins just sticking out in the camera, but it's nice.
I'm already like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Right now, sweating from setting everything up.
I even tried to wear no undies just so I don't sweat. No,
gross.
You told me that the underwear make you sweat, so I stopped.
Someone told me it's I already forgot what they told me.
Yeah,
but it's like polyester.
Oh, yeah.
The exercise stuff.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
You wear those. That's why. That's why your balls are sweaty.
Yeah.
You seen that Black Beast dude from UFC?
Mm-mm.
Pulls out. He like taking off his shorts like twice. And the first time they're like, dude, what's going on with you or whatever, Joe Rogan? He's like, my balls is hot.
Oh, really?
So he like pulls off. It's pretty funny.
I'll start
That's
seeing.
you.
We're going into winter though. I'm good with that.
Speaking of that, dude, weather, been pretty chilly. So
Yeah.
I'm not complaining whatsoever. I love it. But I think it's going to be a rude awakening going into winter if this
Dude,
is
it
how
is.
it's going to be.
We were actually saying that we golfed. God, which day? No, maybe it was even Street Vibes. Like we were all out, like watching, walking around and stuff. And I think it was like 70, but like the wind kind of made it feel like low 60s. And I'm like, dude, this, my Uncle Chris, he's all hard. He's like, you guys are pussies, dude. This and I'm like, but it's just like coming out of summer.
Yeah.
Like your skin's got to like adapt or something. I don't know. Because like 70 degrees felt like cold.
No, it's been chilly.
Yeah, it's going to be hard when it starts snowing again. But
Yeah.
looking forward to do. My allergies are so bad right now. My
That's
dog, dude, goes running out in the sagebrush and then gets me.
Yeah.
So if I sound weird or look weird, it's allergies. I promise. It's not.
Yeah, I have
It's
permanent
not
allergies.
Yeah.
Sound weird and look weird.
Dude, yeah, me too. Crack
Jesus.
opener. Yeah, that thing was
That's
tight.
on me, dude.
Hey, cheers to our new setup. Had a baby.
2 more cameras going to be added so we can have some guests. So
Yeah.
pretty soon.
Dude, we're kind of moving up in the world, huh? Yeah, that sounded nice.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
A little orange exuberance.
Exuberance out of the freezer. The key is to freeze them, okay? You get a little 20-minute, then you get just a nice ice cold beverage.
Oh, yeah.
But Jorge here was messing around and thought he needed the yerbas in our camera setup shot. So now mine's kind of thawed out.
No way.
It's a little warm.
Nah, it's still good.
Look at it's condensating.
Yeah. That's a good word. What's going on, dude?
Nothing.
Let's break down your weekend.
Gosh, I would love to break it down for you. I really don't remember a whole lot of it. It was pretty gnarly. Like we said on the last podcast, Street Vibrations, it's like Marino's version of Sturgis, basically just over a bigger area. And my uncle came into town, so he's like our DD. He doesn't drink. And he gets like a 3-row Suburban type car every year, So dude, we were piling like 9 people in there. And we went to like Virginia City or just gnarly, like the Mongols, I think they're called. They were there with like the HA stuff. And like they're like, there's undercover cops like keeping an eye on them. We're like, dude, maybe we shouldn't really be here for too long.
So those guys would learn. It's like every year there's something going on with them.
No, it's scary. So we did a little bit of Virginia City, went out to Michael's Reno or Michael's Power Sports, caught up with Jones and Wacker, watched them jump, which, like when Jones was telling me a story, I hope this doesn't come off bad, but I was kind of like, man, I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah.
Like talking while you're riding, this and that. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like he did a pretty good job. So it was cool to kind of see how he like worked it. The only thing we think is Wacker should have like a mic too and battle him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, I'm going to smoke you, right? Something like that. But
that makes my life harder when I'm actually doing this stuff.
But yeah, so that was super fun watching them. Did a lot of barbecuing and hanging out and drinking. And so Jersey, Tony, and Rich, who were here, they don't usually fly out till Tuesday. So like Monday, everyone's just like ruined, right? We're like, oh God, that was a long weekend. Because we start on Wednesday,
right?
Technically, So Monday, Rich wanted to golf again. So like grabbed Tony his own cart because he don't golf at all. So he has the cooler and his own cart and we all start golfing. And
he was a cart girl kind of.
he was, yeah. Exactly. Because we kept going over to his cart and Dude, at the end of the thing, he had like 16 beers in his cart just from golf.
Yeah.
Like he smokes anything we've ever done. I try and keep it around like 8, dude. So he doubled that. So
and that's Tony?
Tony, yeah. Rich was trying to actually golf, so Rich just drinks beers, and I was kind of the same. It didn't really take a whole lot, honestly, after the weekend. 3 or 4 beers, you're like back to where you were. So it was super fun though, dude. It's always cool to catch up with those guys, catch up with my uncle. It's obviously more fun when something's going on. We're not just like sitting in the garage every day hanging out, right. So we got to go out and check stuff out. So nothing too eventful, I don't think, as far as, some kind of like drama or nothing. It was literally just wake up, eat brekkie, and then just start drinking and so
hanging out,
and then
females everywhere.
There was a lot of females. Yeah. Luckily I'm pretty bald and chubby. So I was kind of in the clear on that. I just hung out with my mom, not in that kind of way either. Just like hanging out, so,
do you want to hear a quick story?
Hell yeah.
Like sidebar.
Yeah.
About your mom and, and someone thinking like that way. Dude, we were at it was probably for Street Vibes, probably like 10 years ago. I don't remember exactly when it was actually, but we were at the Grand Sierra and we were inside and I think we were doing something inside, like an event or something like that. And I happened to run into this girl from high school. And I think she was like 3 years younger than me, but like I still she was like a real popular hot chick, Yeah. So she comes over and your mom's like there with me. And then I'm like, oh, hey, I turn around and your mom's kind of like sitting there. And then I'm kind of like going like this for a sec. Like, hey, hold on for a sec. And then, dude, the chick literally thought your mom was my girl.
No way.
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
I was like,
good on Phil, dude. She scored a young dude.
Yeah. So that was kind of awkward.
Yeah.
I was like,
no,
that's Mike's mom.
Oh, how, dude. You need to tell her that story.
Yeah. It was kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically she did have me when she was 18. So she's not like way like grandma status yet, you know?
Well, yeah, and you just never know.
And she acts like a little kid too, so it's like I could see her getting mixed up a little bit.
Yeah, and I think she was like kind of like, "Come on, let's go." Type deal.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to this chick, and then that chick thinks like, "Oh, your chick's tripping right now."
Cock blocked you without even cock blocking. Yeah, that sucks.
So that was pretty funny.
I'll have to have a word with her.
Anyways,
yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. So that was it for Street Vibes, and then Tuesday we had to take them into the airport, but little Travie came down because he wanted to golf, so he takes him to the airport. Philip hits me up. He's like, dude, you know a bar for a Bloody Mary? And I hadn't eaten yet. I'm like, dude, I kind of need one. Like, I'm feeling pretty rough, after 5 or 6 days in a row. So we go to GB, and like Genoa Bar, it's like one of the oldest bars in our area, right? Yeah. So like, it's kind of got a cool vibe to it, just this old like wooden bar.
Isn't it the oldest bar in Nevada?
Yeah, it probably is. So, I didn't eat yet. We get in there, we have a Bloody Mary, and it kind of gets us buzzed again. And then, like when there's no one in there, it's such a bitchin' place. It's like you have this like old bar to yourself, and it usually doesn't get busy till the afternoon. So we did another Bloody, and then I was like really buzzed. It was like 2 shots of vodka on an empty stomach, And then Trav's all, well, I want to golf. So we did, I think 1 or 2 more beers. And I'm like, dude, I need to eat something. And I had nothing at the house because we've been kind of staying at my mom's house going back and forth. So I'm like, shit, dude. So I grabbed some old Trapper beef jerky, headed to the golf course. That was all I ate. And me and Trav just tied one on, dude. And so yesterday was a little rough. Today I'm fine, back to normal. But yesterday sucked. It was like no matter how much water I drank, it wasn't enough. Yeah. It just wasn't curing me. But slept good last night, heal up today, and then started again tomorrow. What a life, dude. Something's got to change.
I mean, you're living the life.
I am, and it's funny too because I'm like the biggest pushover because I think I legit have the FOMO thing, dude. Like, I can't say no to anybody. Like if you hit me up after and I'm on an 8-day bender and you're like, hey, I just feel like getting drunk today. I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. I can't be like, nah, I need a day off, So I was already pre-planned in my head after last week. I'm like, okay, I have nothing till Aftershock, which is starts next Thursday. Besides men's club, maybe I have drinks on Sunday or something, whatever. But I'm like, I'm going to just clean it up. I want to just eat at home and like just chill the hell out just a little bit, Because it just feels like even though I don't do nothing, it never stops. Right. There's someone in town or, I'm going golfing on like a little golf trip or it just never stops, which that's the way I love it. Like I can't sit here. Like I'm on day 2 already. And before you got here, I'm all.
Well, that's why you do it. Because if you didn't like it, you wouldn't be doing it.
Right. So anyways, I'm like, to kind of take it easy the next week till Aftershock. And then we were golfing on Monday with Philip and our buddy Shane Bell, and they just got back from like an elk and antelope hunt. And Shane's all, dude, so I was thinking, I guess he had got a tri-tip out of his elk, which I think I've had elk once, but I'm not super familiar with it, right? But I heard it's a super good, it's like a steak basically. Yeah. So I guess he cut like the tri-tip portion of it, and he said it's huge. It's like double what like a store tri-tip would be. And he's all, dude, you know, it's all trimmed up and ready to go. And I was thinking of bringing it over Friday. Maybe we can barbecue or smoke it, and you know, maybe we'll golf in the morning, smoke it, have some beers. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. And I was just telling myself, I'm like, dude, I'm going to take next weekend off, you know. So tomorrow, golf at 9 a.m., smoking some elk. There you go.
Hey, well, it's not every day you have elk tri-tip.
I know.
So
yeah, and Shane's just a super fun dude to hang out with. So it's like, because he runs the landscape company Lawn Pro out here in Carson City that takes care of like my yard and stuff. So it's like he had this week off because of the hunt, him and Philippi. So it's like, you know, he wants to hang out too. And it's like once Monday hits, he's just back to the grind, getting like everything all winterized and prepped for the cold weather. So I was like, I can go one more weekend. And then I'll have
the next weekend.
The next week I'm screwed. It's aftershock. And then after that, I'm supposed to have a couple weeks off. I won't though. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I promise.
But then Call of Duty comes out. So it's going to be,
I can't wait.
Yeah. Call of Duty nights with some beers though.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Dude, the little cooler right here. Mm-hmm. God, 42 years old and I'm talking about Call of Duty in a cooler in my game room.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. I've been talking about moving to my mom's house, like with you guys. They have a nice property, you know, like acre out in the forest, whatever. And they have just enough room to build like a little guest house back there. Cause I have to take Ellie out there like every time I go golfing. Cause I don't like leaving her here by herself. Like poor thing, just bored as hell, you know? So I got to take her out there all the time. You know, I'm out there with them on the weekends anyways. And like, we just started talking and like, I have pretty good equity in my house. So I'm like, why don't I just build something like a cool little, like almost studio type house out there, you know, cash out the equity, whatever, this and that. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be bitching, dude. But the first thing I thought of, and not a word of a lie, is like, they don't have internet out there. They have like the little Elon thing, but it's like they're in the forest, so they can't get like a good opening, you know? So I'm like, my TVs ran through Hulu. I always watch YouTube music videos when I'm buzzed, and my Call of Duty. I'm like, I would just straight be like Mountain Man if I did. So I'm kind of on the fence here.
You need to get that, the one I told you, that T-Mobile business internet thing.
And it works?
It should work.
Okay. Because my mom has like the Verizon one, and it works for like her work, but you can't like watch like Netflix or nothing on it.
No, yeah, this one, because it adds to the plan. I just saw it the other day. I was at T-Mobile. You can say like how many streaming devices are you going to connect to it.
Oh, okay.
So it amps up however much internet you need, like Wi-Fi you need.
Right.
Per like whatever you ask it to do. So yeah, it'll work.
Yeah, because that's what's weird to me is like there's got to be something that works, because like our phones work out there fine.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they're not like on one bar out there. Like it's not that deep in the forest, but they're just on a like single lane dirt road out to the ranches. So like to run the cable, I guess, from like where the road ends to like their house is like 25 G's.
Jeez. Just
to run the cable. And I'm like, I don't need internet that bad. You know what I mean? Like
not 25 G's.
No. If it was like a couple grand, $5,000 maybe, but yeah. So
I think that'll work.
Cool.
I'll send you more info on it.
I'll be so pissed though if like I'm like, my streaming's not good, dude. And I get shot, let my team down.
But he even said stuff about like gaming, like how many gaming setups do you have and stuff like that.
I'm going to say have one that's powerful. Because I can use like my TV or my PlayStation for like movies and stuff, you know, so I'm not worried about that, but my gaming better be good.
Yeah.
Because I already say like people cheat here because I have boosters, everything, dude. And like sometimes it'll like lag a little bit and I get shot. I'm like, dude, they're cheating.
Yeah.
There's no way this is real.
I mean, that's always my excuse.
Yeah. I'm not good at the game. So
I haven't played the game forever. There's a ton of updates. I played it last night.
Oh yeah.
Got 8th.
Nice.
Or no, 5th was my best.
Do I need to update my stuff or just buy the new game?
No, update it.
Okay.
To play what's going on right now.
No, I'm saying when the new game comes out.
You have to buy the new game.
Yeah, but those updates aren't going towards like the war zone right now, are they?
I'm not sure.
Because are they coming out with new map and everything?
No.
Okay. I'll do the updates.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what's so weird about Duty is like literally when it's dark at 4:00 and it's snowing and raining, you know, like there's nothing else to do. And I can only sit on the couch and watch, I don't know, whatever, you know, for so long. So it's like, at least I always tell everyone, I know I'm old and video games shouldn't be a priority no more, but it's like, I'm talking to my friends from back east, you know, Derek Berlew and Jansen and all them. So it's like more of like a social aspect, you know?
Exactly. That's how I was last night. Besides the social thing, it was just the kids have 2 days off of school. They just started school and they already have vacation.
Yeah.
So they got 2 days off, and the wife has off today too. So they were out in the living room watching TV. So I'm on the computer and my setup's right there, and I'm looking at YouTube, and I'm like, dude, I've already seen like every single video that's like showing me.
Right.
And I'm scrolling and I'm like, might as well just play some video games.
Just fire it up.
Just like, just hang out by myself and play some games. So I played like 4 matches. It was fun.
Did you win?
No. Yeah. Top 5 is the best I got.
Nice. Yeah, it's weird how it's like clockwork. Like when, like I said, once it's dark at 4 o'clock and snow and rain, dude, it's like we have a group chat. Like even with you, it's like on the button. Like it's 5 o'clock every day because it's 8 for them back there. Yeah. Or if I know you get home at work, and so it's like 7:30 with you. It's like, dude, it's like a work schedule.
It's like duty.
Yeah,
that's all you say.
Duty. I'll be on. So. But I swear, dude, like something like once March hits and it kind of like everything starts, don't touch the game. Mm-hmm. Like I haven't fired my game up since like the end of March probably. Yeah. So it's like weird how I'm so into it but we do it pretty much every night.
That is cool though.
Yeah. So once the summer hits, dude, I want to be outside hanging out, doing whatever. So
that's what, I've always thought this, like just like seasonal weather. Mm-hmm. We obviously have all 4 seasons, And it's like, what do other places do? Like California. Look, okay, so here's the thing. It gets super nice here, or even like traveling from here to like California and it's super nice weather. It gets you in that mood. You're like, dude, like to me, it like motivates me, right?
Right.
So I'm like super motivated. If I feel good, like the weather's hot, everything. And then winter comes along and I get super excited because I'm like, you just got beat up for, a few months by heat.
Yeah.
So now like it starts getting cold. You're like, oh yes, I could wear beanies and hoodies and, it's like nice weather during the day, but at night it gets cold. Mm-hmm. And then it gets into winter and you're like, cool, because I love like Christmas and,
the holidays
kids.
are awesome. Yeah.
Stuff like that. So like, it's always an ever changing thing that gets me excited. Mm-hmm. What do people do like in Florida?
Well,
that's the same all the time.
Yeah. I can't remember who the hell I was just talking with about this, but like if I ever do move, it has to be like seasons, right? Mm-hmm. I don't like, a lot of people just like nice weather all the time.
Yeah.
Which that's fine, to each their own. And like, even in Arizona, it's like it might dip down into the 60s or something. They're freezing,
Yeah.
But they love the summer heat. Like I'm like, damn, dude, 115. They're like, oh, it's so like, just do your shit in the morning, hang out at the pool. I'm like, no. Dude, that doesn't, but that's just how people are, But for me, I'm with you 100%. It's like, I know when I first kind of hopped on the podcast with you, we were in winter.
Yeah.
And all I was bitching about was it being like a brutal winter. But that's what you love about it, right? It's like when winter starts to go into spring, you're like, oh, like it juices you up, mm-hmm. And then summer hits and like our summers here are pretty awesome, honestly. Yeah. I mean, would we have a couple, like maybe 2 weeks of like high 90s pushing 100,
Yeah.
So our summers are pretty good. So you look forward to that. Like, I can golf midday here. I'm not golfing in Arizona or Florida at noon, right? So that happens. And then, now that we're like cresting into like October and you can kind of feel the air change, now I'm excited again. Mm-hmm. Cause I'm like, oh, like you said, I love wearing a hoodie and a beanie or like, at night, my like room's getting cold now. I'm like, this is nice. Start sleeping all good. Yeah. So it's like, I have to have that feeling, and that's honestly why I like, sounds weird, but that's why I loved football so much as a kid. Cause I love fall.
Yeah.
So it's like the memories of like, the weather changing and it's like a good time just to sit in on a Sunday and like cook and watch games, or whatever. You watch a football game and it's just dumping snow at like Green Bay's Lambeau Field, or, like I liked all of that to where like, when you're watching baseball, they're just out there in like July. It just looks kind of like bland in a sense, mm-hmm. if that makes any kind of sense. So I've always loved fall. I do love winter. Like I love seeing a snowstorm coming in and like when it starts snowing, I got like an actual wood fireplace, get that thing ripping.
So sick.
This winter was gnarly though.
Yeah.
Cause it was like every 2 days we were getting like a foot of snow. I'm like, okay, this is kind of extreme.
Cause it's like you said, I think towards the end of each season that we have, mm-hmm. we're ready for the next one to come.
Right.
And that's because we have that excitement. So like being like a brutal winter, we're like, dude, stop. Already,
Yeah.
Or like summer, like, dude, when's it going to turn?
If it was 100 degrees June to August here, I'd probably be pretty burnt on summer, just as much as I was on the snow with winter,
Exactly.
So, but the only thing I hate about like spring and fall is not like you don't dress accordingly, right? Mm. Like in the mornings, you need like pants and a hoodie. Mm-hmm. And then like midday, you're like street vibes, dude. I was dying because I had black jeans on. I'm like, God, it's so hot. And then we would get to like Carson Harley for like the night, like watch the band. And I'm like, damn, dude, where's my hoodie? Like you're always like in that mix of clothes. Like you're not just like shorts and a tee or like hoodie and pants, And
it's the same for like driving. Like in the morning, you got to put your defroster on and all that and your heater. And then like say you park somewhere and then you come out like an hour later.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude.
Max AC, dude.
I need AC. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah. So that's the tough part.
But I wonder like, so us, we're used to that, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like my type of person that I am, I need like tropical.
Yeah.
You know, that's where like my ancestors come from. You know, so stuff like that. So I need to be like in tropical weather probably. Yeah. So I think that'd be great. But I wonder if like I said, you get like motivated. It's fun. You get excited. I wonder if I would feel that like almost on a daily basis being somewhere where it's like that all the time.
I don't know. Cause I feel like
how do those people, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like normal to them. So they don't even realize like, hey, it's like super nice weather every single day here.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either. And I mean, if you want to get like all deep in it, I really feel like the seasons are meant for like your body to like heal and recover, right? Mm-hmm. Like in the winter, you kind of store up and like kind of relax and let everything like settle down. And in the summer, you're like full go. So if it's like nice all the time, you're just like your body. I think that's why their body just doesn't like feel like how we feel. Cause like we're going into winter and our body's like, yes, dude, we're going to chill. And then it comes in summer. I'm like, yes, we can use some energy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like those people are probably just more like the flat line, like consistent.
Yeah.
But it is weird. Like some people like legit. I mean, dude, I raced with a guy a long time ago. He was actually on Hart's Supermoto team. And one time, dude, I'm not lying to you. It was like 78 degrees and sunny and he had a hoodie on because he's from Arizona. Mm. Left that part out. Yeah. And he's like, dude, it's freezing out here. And I'm like, what? And then when I lived in Vegas for 5 years and I came up for Street Vibes one year, I had a hoodie on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And my mom was calling me a pussy and she's like, oh, you've changed. You're so soft now. I'm like, I'm not soft because now I'm fine. But it's more, I think you like your skin legit just gets like acclimated to like that kind of heat, you know? And when it's 70 degrees compared to 110, it's definitely like, 40 degrees different or 30 degrees. That's a lot. So
I think this is like it might be like a trend, but like, do you notice those guys, like kind of huskier guys or like construction workers? Mm-hmm. Dude, midwinter, big old hoodie on or a jacket on, but they got shorts on.
Yeah. Like, that's Philippi, dude.
Dude, it's so weird to me, but it's just our area. Yeah. That people are just used to it.
Yeah. If Philippi always listens to the podcast, he'll comment in, watch. Dude, that guy.
Shout out to Philippi.
Yeah. That dude, like legit the other day when we said it was a little chilly golfing, he had shorts on and just a short sleeve. He's like, man, it's almost time for shorts, but a long sleeve, dude. It's getting kind of cold out here. And like, dude, I've seen him like damn near, unless it's a full blown like blizzard or like windy, rainy winter storm, shorts.
Yeah.
Every time. And I'll like touch his legs. I'm like, dude, this has got to be cold. He's like, no, dude, it's perfect. Just short weather. I'm like, it's not short weather. It's not, dude. I got like long johns, pants, everything on. So,
dude, I just went to Costco and bought pants with like, they were like insulated.
Oh yeah,
they're kind of
my dad
like
has those,
like golf pants. Yeah, like nice. So I wear that stuff to work or whatever. Yeah. Try to look nice, you know. Yeah. So but they're like insulated inside. They're like super heavy. I'm like kind of excited to wear them. I haven't worn them yet.
Because I gotta get something like that.
I should try them out.
Because I like to wear kind of a tighter jean. Mm-hmm. So if I have to like throw some long johns under this or something, then they're real. And I expand in the winter even more than I do in the summer. So it gets a little snug in there. Yeah. So I need to just find like a one layer type of deal.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about. I don't know. Obviously, you had a lot of activities going on this weekend. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you caught it, but the Supermotocross, the finals.
I just caught like the highlight stuff of it, but I didn't watch it.
Dude, it was some good racing going on, dude. Yeah. Because it was on the line. Like if I win, I win the money.
Right.
If he wins, he wins, you know? So that was like pretty cool. It seems like everyone was pretty excited about it. Mm-hmm. I feel like the buildup, I don't feel like it was anything special, but just the fact that like there's so much money attached to it, I think is really cool for the riders, especially maybe a rider that doesn't. I think they said, what's his name? Masterpool. He ended up like top 9 for sure. I think maybe 7th, but top 9 for sure. I think he was going to get like 75K. Yeah. 80K or something.
I did see that a little bit because someone broke down like the purses and like who got what. Mm-hmm. And, even like some 450 kid that you wouldn't necessarily know his name or a top guy, he would get like 13th and he got like 35 grand.
Yeah.
For those dudes, that's a shitload of money for them and for 3 races basically. I mean, it's a whole season, but if you just go with the Supermotocross,
you're already racing the season.
Yeah.
So you're so for a master pool, like 80 G's, that's good stuff, right? So that's really cool.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect of it. Like I said, the 3 rounds that were just kind of like they try to hype them up a little bit more than they were.
That was our thing too. Is not to cut you off, but I like the idea. I kind of feel for the guys because now like Plessinger, like he has to go straight into MX Nation, so he's still racing or training racing. So I feel for those dudes not getting a break. I get what they're trying to do, but dude, the TV coverage and the way they did it was like dog shit. Mm-hmm. Like we had it on, I think the Chicago round a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
we had it on for like 30 minutes, dude, before they showed a race.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's like, I get it, dude. Like, get a nice 10-minute intro, but like, how come you can't work the actual moto schedule?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like they could literally, by the time the 450, you know, go 250s, 450s are done, there shouldn't be no more than like 20 minutes in there. You know, the 250 guys are rested. It's short, like not a huge race, you know, not hot, humid out. So, because I don't know if like anyone else, maybe someone can chime in on our Instagram or something, but if anyone else felt that way, but dude, it was like me, Lash, my dad, all of us sat on the couch and we're like, oh, cool. And they, you know, they do the jet profile, we're all sweet, dude, and then commercial. And then, you know, some other profile, and then the breakdown of the points, and then the breakdown of the purse, and then a commercial.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, we're literally like a half hour into this thing and the gate hasn't dropped. It's like,
you almost have to watch it like come in 2 hours later.
Yeah.
So you could like fast forward everything. That's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw someone, what you're saying on Instagram, actually, the very first round, I think I was at like the track or something. So I didn't watch it till I got home. And their sentiment was basically like, dude, this shit sucks. It was basically because of that.
Right.
So I was like, dang it, dude, because it's the first round. So I'm like, hopefully it's cool. Then I watched it and I was like, oh, it's cool. But I was able to fast forward.
Yeah. Like the racing itself is fine. Like that's not the issue. But
and then the drone footage, it's like, it's cool, dude. But like you could see the difference in quality.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
That's what kills me. Like I think it's just NBC in general, because they do it with golf, is the drone and the split screen.
Mm-hmm. You
know, like let's just say example, Chase Sexton and Jet are battling in a small box. Mm-hmm. And then we have, you know, 8th and 9th are battling. And dude, not all of us have, you know, TVs the size of our wall.
Yeah.
So I'm like damn near feeling like I'm old. Like I'm trying to get like glasses so I can like see the actual race that's going on. And they run it forever. And I'm like, if there's something big happening or it happens, do it real quick. But so
I have a lot of issues with the broadcasters.
Yeah.
There's like 2 people that I could do without.
Yeah.
One of them being, what's his name? Jason Thomas.
Yeah.
Dude.
He has sick hair though, dude.
Nah, that guy sucks.
You know, like I've told everyone I can't ever bag on any of those dudes. Cause I know Ricky gets a lot of heat for the way he is and stuff, but it's hard, dude. Like, you know, like, and that's why, I mean, even if I was like, cause I mean, I've watched a football game the other day and the dude was terrible, but I also put myself in the shoes of like the normal person watching the TV doesn't have a producer yelling in their ear all the time. Well, like I've been mid talk, like in X Games, breaking down a trick, and the dude just starts yelling in my ear about a camera position. It's not even me. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Oh, get this camera," and he's yelling, and I'm trying to talk, and then you know, like a run will be almost ending. Let's say like, you know, 1 jump left, and I'm like, "Oh, he had a good run, broke it down, this and that," and he'll start counting from 10 to commercial, and I'm like just starting to explain, you know, a rock solid flip, and he's like 10, no, and I'm like, yeah, and the flip's good.
Yeah.
You know, so like I can't ever bag on those dudes. Like you have to think of what, you know, they don't have a script.
Right.
Like Jason Thomas, when it pops to him, he just has to know what he's saying and they'll count him down. Like,
well, I think that's my main thing. He has like stupid questions sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah,
dude, you know,
yeah,
he does well, like overall.
Right.
But some of his questions are very questionable to me. I'm like, dude, come on now. That was fucking stupid to ask that guy.
I'd be so nervous, dude.
You know? But yeah, dude, that's funny that you say that. There was a UFC fight this weekend. I didn't watch it, but I just saw like the highlights. And at the very end, one of the so the co-main event card, the guy won, and then he brings a Bible out, and then he's all talking. He fought this guy that's like from Hawaii, and he won, and he's all talking, and he's like basically like, oh, I want to do a prayer for Hawaii, and that shit was a setup and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And Bisbing was just all like, okay, you know?
Yeah.
And then he's like, can we do a prayer? And he's trying to, and then he was just like, all right, thanks. And then like walks off, and everyone's like saying shit to Bisbing.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like I really doubt he did that because he didn't want to do like this religious thing, like prayer. It was like someone's in his ear saying, like, hey, we're going to commercial.
And he wasn't prepared for it probably, you know, so he kind of just has to get out of there. So.
Yeah. Like, like post-fight interviews, like right after the fight, you know, they should probably only be like a minute.
Yeah.
You know, and this guy wants to do a whole prayer for Hawaii, which is cool.
Yeah.
But
there's a time and a place.
They're not going to let you do that.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the announcer guy, right?
Right.
From, you know, so they're telling him, hey, no, don't let him do that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to stand there and do that. We have to cut the next fight. The main event's coming up.
Right.
Like, we need to cut to commercial or whatever.
Yeah. Like you said, there's a time frame. Usually it is around a minute to 2, kind of depending. Yeah. Because they're still in a, I mean, UFC can kind of go whatever sometimes, you know, like, but like X Games, like we had to be off the broadcast at 6:30. Mm-hmm. Right. So like there was times where they've even cut the interviews altogether because someone got hurt mid round, and it runs late or something, whatever. So
that's what Joe Rogan said. Like because they asked him like, well, how do you, like pick on who you're going to talk to, or like say you talk to the winner, but then you would sometimes talk to he's like, it just depends. They tell me like, hey, we have enough time to interview.
Yeah. Kill some time. Yeah. Whatever, Like if a fight, the first round starts and the dude knocks him out in 10 seconds, they're going to have some extra time to probably talk about some stuff. They still got to fill the time, but sometimes it's a little much.
Yeah. So that was the thing this weekend too. The 450 Barcia went down pretty bad. Mm-hmm. So they restarted it, staggered start. I felt like it was forever, right? And then they end, and then they still continue with like, I guess what they plan. And it's like, no, just bring the 250s.
Right.
That would have been sick.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we just waited forever for the restart. Restart happens. The race keeps going. There's a lot of time still. And then you end that. Those 250 guys are probably like, dude, I want to get out there.
Yeah.
Now. They're ready to go for the main. And dude, they still go with like the program, the other shit that they got to do. And it's like, oh my God.
I know, dude. And I know like a lot of it's, you have to fill the time slot too. But that's what I'm saying. Like, make it an hour and a half, dude. Mm-hmm. Keep the audience engaged. Like, it doesn't have to be a 3-hour broadcast. It's different with Supercross because you have, 2 heats, 2 LCQs, 2 mains. So you have racing there. But like even the outdoors, it's like you only have 4 motos.
Yeah.
We're not watching qualifying. So it's like, let's shorten the broadcast or something, And it's funny because Vince Blair from the Gecko stuff we're doing, he just met with like this like digital marketing company. Like they run ads. It's like when you see sponsored on Instagram, whatever, right? And the dude straight up said that you have like, if you don't catch an audience in the first 5 seconds of your edit, they'll just scroll right past you.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because we started thinking like, when I was younger, like I could watch a 35-minute VHS, no problem. Like Krusty Demons of Dirt. I could watch that thing over and over, and then YouTube comes out and you can watch a 5-minute edit now. And then it gets to like a minute 30 and then Instagram starts doing 15-second clips. And it's like we are just getting programmed to like where our brains, we want to see what's going on right now. And the fact that someone in, Supercross world can't understand that, like I get it, dude, have an intro, have a Jet piece, have a Deegan piece or whoever, a Hunter piece, whoever it may be. But dude, the racing needs to start. Mm-hmm. If you're making someone sit there for 30, I'm talking just the normal, like there's diehard moto dudes that will watch race day live.
Yeah.
Practice, everything. But to catch like the new audience, it's like, dude, you have to like show them something. Mm-hmm. If you have some new dude watching it, like doesn't know moto at all, and they're, 5 minutes in, they start the race and there's a big old first turn pileup, it's probably going to catch his attention. Yeah. You're like, holy shit, that's gnarly, you know? But when you have a 30 minutes and then you have a race where jet hole shots and there's a little bit of this and that, and then you're just sitting around for 20 minutes for it to end, it's like, that's kind of hard for the normal person, so.
Yeah. And with that being said, dude, I wanted to know your opinion on what possibly can be done. But so this seems like a success and it's like a merger. And they were talking about like different mergers that happened, the NBA with whoever it was and the NFL with the AF, whatever it was. Yeah. And they've been successful mergers. So that's what they're trying to do now, the Supermotocross merger. And they want to make this like a household name now, right? What can we do, or not us personally, but what can be done for freestyle motocross? So I hear that X Games is, doing some big things and moving down to San Diego and pushing X Games pretty hard and stuff like that. But other than that, there's nothing else for like moto. It's all demos, right?
Yeah.
No contests like back in the day, especially nothing on TV.
Right.
I used to be pumped when I would turn on the TV way back in the day and I scroll and there'd be like just a contest on them. Oh shit, I didn't even know there was something going on, but it just shows like the playback or whatever, you know? So I used to be pumped on that. So what can we do talking about that merger and they're trying to make it all popular and motocross being this huge thing. What can be done, you think, to make freestyle more of on the same playing field where contests are exciting and it's exciting to watch on TV?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Freestyle motocross, I truly feel it's kind of reached its pinnacle, right? Mm-hmm. Like I know that they have the next gen ramp out, which is kind of cool because it's a bigger jump, and the moon booter and nitro, that's cool. But like I told you, like Jacko, he won X Games in 2011 with a front flip, and now you're watching X Games 2023 and they're doing front flip. I mean, taking a hand off, doing a nag, a little bit of stuff here and there, but there's not much and this kind of honestly can go for action sports in general. Like, I mean, dude, how long did we watch Bob Burnquist win, Mega Ramp, doing the same exact thing every year? It's like, we're all kind of limited. It's hard. We don't have, like, football's the same, right? People could argue that football's the exact same every year, but it's also like a traditional sport. Baseball's a traditional sport. So people are more or less like watching the novelty, right? Like, you have people that have been 49ers fans, their grandpas were 49ers fans, and then their dads, and now them, and now their son. It's like, it's generational, right? Like, freestyle motocross in a sense is still a very new sport as far as sports go.
Yep.
And it's not progressing. If anything, it's kind of regressing a little bit, right? There's not you can't go and draft some kid that's, the next big Travis Pastrana, and he comes out and just kills it, and X Games can use that as a profile piece. And it's like X Games has been using Jacko, Adelberg, Sheeny for like the last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, maybe even, like they've pretty much have won a medal at every X Games since Austin, which was 15 or 16, I think, you know? So that's hard. It's like, because people tell me all the time, like, even watching a demo, it's like, if you haven't seen Adam Jones, or if you haven't seen a freestyle guy jump, it's gnarly, But a lot of those people have been coming to Street Vibes for years. Like last year when it was at Carson Motorsports, like, Jones does a KOD flip ramp to ramp on cement, right?
Yeah.
Massive and gnarly. And it's like, you'll kind of see people just like talk to their wives, go get a beer, get on their bikes, leave mid-show. It's like, they've seen it, It's like, unless you're going to bring in like a triple flip or something and hype it up, like, that's about the only thing we have left, and BMX the same. I mean, it's like they've done.
But that's a live shows. I'm talking about, like, could there be something that's done to make it more popular for TV and viewable? So, like, maybe regressing the tricks, like not making it a best trick, not making it where these guys are doing triple, double flips and stuff like that. It's more like kind of like an Adam Jones and Taco, where they go out there and ride an early course or something and do the tricks, and then maybe even having it like a team thing, like where certain teams, like Militia back in the day, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it made it exciting. So then you go into it being like, I like the Honda team,
right?
Like racing or whatever. Like, people like Jet or people like Deegan, whatever it may be. So something like that to like maybe make it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I know what you're saying. And trust me, I've tried to think of everything. Like, I think Jones is doing a really good job with his show as far as like talking people through the tricks.
Yeah.
Kind of, I always used to get so pissed at riders when the backflip came out, because we would ride shows where in the meetings they're like, do your tricks, but let's save the backflips for the end of the show. We want to build it up. And then you get some dipshit that's out there and he wants to be the guy that everyone's like, oh, this, first guy to flip, and he flips right in the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
And then it's like, we do 20 flips in the second half of the show. It's like, why don't you build up? I love that Jones does that. He goes with right side up tricks, and then kind of even just does a straight backflip, and it kind of explains the evolution. And so I think there's potential there. I mean, picture if you had, like you said, Jones, Taka, all these dudes that can do a bunch of stuff, because like Sheeny could go into like, I did a double backflip, in 2014, and now there's a double backflip no-hander, and Taka can do if you add that element into like that kind of show, I think that's good. But just like a straight merger X Games contest format would be so hard, dude.
Yeah, that sucks.
Because it does. But I honestly think like live TV doesn't even matter that much no more. I think it's more about like the streaming shit, that kind of stuff. Like, how can you, lure in a Hulu special or a Netflix special or something, you know what I mean? Like, to get more eyes on our sport, because there is a lot of people out there that haven't seen a bike backflip. Like I told you, we had friends at the Douglas rodeo, and she like writes me and she's like, I can't believe you guys used to do this stuff. This isn't like, I've never seen it live before, So there still is a market for it.
Yeah.
And Jones is doing a good job with building the show up, but man, it's like not bagging on him. I'm very thankful for him, obviously, but Nitro Circus runs almost the same show that they have since they started.
Yeah.
Like, I did one in 2010. And when I stopped with them in 2019, dude, it's just the same segments, right? It's right side up, and then it's right side up BMX, and then it's whip contest, and then it's, BMX.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's kind of progressed it is the couple ramps and, the second half of the show. Like, obviously there's double backflips and 360, like Bilko and Sheeny 360 and side by side, some of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But what you're saying, like the people that go to those shows, it's like you've seen it once. So it's kind of hard to go 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So if it came like to Reno, it's kind of hard to do that when maybe because there's nothing else going on. What they really had at the very beginning, I think, was the name was Travis.
Yeah.
So people went to see Travis, street bike.
Yeah.
Jolene.
Like the original cast.
Yeah, like people went for that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what needs to be done as far as names. Like,
right.
You know.
Yeah, the names draw. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's where I kind of always had an issue with Nitro is they kind of started rotating cast, you know?
Yeah.
Like I saw, you know, just following Jones and whoever on Instagram, Javier and all them, you know, like I would see clips from the show and I don't know like the last 4 riders in the show, like never even heard of them.
If I was a fan, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. And it's
you go to see Travis because they like maybe put him on the flyer.
Yeah.
Thinking that he's going to be there. And then, nope.
Yeah.
Guys you never even heard of.
Right. Like, and, you know, like I do get times change, but it's like they almost need to rebrand if they're going to do that. Mm-hmm. Right. Because everyone's like, I mean, dude, still to this day, like golfing, like when I meet like a PGA guy or a live guy or whoever, they're like, oh, you did Nitro Circus? You know, they don't ever say like, oh, you did Nuclear Cowboys or X. They don't even half the time they don't even say X Games, but Nitro is a name for our sport, you know? So yeah, I don't know. It's tough. You know, it's just different. Racing's different every time. Right. Yeah. So like, Deegan can win the first moto and then yard sale or bike break the second moto. And that shakes up the standings, everything. There's something to talk about. Freestyles get, you know, action sports is pretty much the same all the time.
Yeah.
Besides like an R. Willie or something that he like somehow really thinks out of the box with like BMX tricks. But we're so limited, dude. It's 250 pound motorcycle. Like we can't really just throw that thing around, you know? So it's a tough one.
Yeah. So racing actually does have probably like a good future with the guys coming up because there's some quality just exciting racers and just racing going on, so I'm looking forward to that. But you know, like I'm saying, like making a name for yourself goes a long way, and I think the people know that, but at the same time, like they don't care enough because like these like moto industry, I don't know if they care enough to promote these guys like that to make them that type of deal. Right. You know, for example, and I know this is pretty annoying already, but Travis Kelce.
Oh,
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Dude. So supposedly they're dating. Yeah. I guess. I don't know if that's official yet or anything like that. But since Taylor Swift showed up on Sunday's Chiefs-Bears game, and she's dating Travis Kelce now, 400% spike in Travis Kelce sales in his jerseys. Kelsey's podcast ranks #1 overall on Apple.
Dang. Even ahead of ours?
Yeah, we need to get maybe Rihanna or someone to date us. Kelsey adds 383,000 Instagram followers, 24.3 million views watch for that game, 63% jump in female viewers age 18 and 49. Bunch of horny chicks.
Damn, 49-year-olds like Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Jesus.
3 times increase in Chiefs search on the web. 3 times increase Chiefs sales on StubHub. And Chiefs sold out tickets in a single game. Sold more tickets in a single game since the start of the season. Just for, you know.
That's so weird.
That's just like that Taylor Swift effect.
Yeah.
Because of who she is.
Shit's so stupid, though.
It is.
You know, like, no, not all that, but it's like, what pisses me off, dude, is because I always feel like everything's a setup, right? Like Taylor Swift being in an NFL game, look what it just did, right? So they're trying to find I guarantee you if Patrick Mahomes was single, it probably would have been Mahomes and Swift. It's like they're just looking for that Super Bowl winning team that's got good odds to win it again and, you know, a good looking single dude. Like they did it with Gronk back in the day, you know? But what annoys the shit out of me, and I'd like to ask our viewers this, is when have you ever met a girl and like 2 days later, she's best friends with your mom and she's wearing all your outfit and over the top cheering for you like you're married. Yeah. Like she was grabbing Kelsey's mom and like shaking her when they would score and I'm like, dude, like the week leading into that game is when they just said they were even starting to talk. Yeah. Yeah. And now she's there and now they like can't keep their hands off each other. And I'm like, there's a break-in period there. You know,
that might be a prime example of why she's single.
Yeah. Exactly.
She don't keep guys, nuts. You know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like it was a huge like marketing scheme.
Dude, if it is, whoever's doing that needs to go to the moto industry and teach these guys how to do stuff because that's the way to do it. Yeah. That's incredible. And dude, the trend right now is like the women telling the guys like, oh, Taylor made Travis and the guys get so pissed. They're like, what? And it's like, no, in football, everyone knows who Travis Kelce is. Yeah. If you're not a football fan, then you don't know who he is.
Yeah. Kelsey's had a weird month, dude. How about he starts dating Taylor Swift? He's on a Pfizer commercial now promoting the boosters, and he just did a Bud Light ad. Like everything that's in the tanks right now, even Taylor Swift, he's freaking. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, dude. There's something fishy going on there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
like Tom and Giselle, dude.
She's worth like 800 million though. So if she calls us up.
Yeah. I don't know. She's not attractive to me.
I think she's pretty for sure. I think she's very talented, and I think talent a lot of times is attractive, you know? So, but yeah, other than that, like body wise, what we were talking about the other day, if you're like an ass or a tit man, she don't have none of that.
Nah.
Like, so
she's kind of like a card, dude.
Where we say you're a titty dude.
Like boobs.
You like boobs.
I love them.
So you got nothing there.
Nothing there.
And then we were saying like, well, at least if they don't have boobs, they might have an ass. She don't have nothing there either.
And she's nerdy as hell, dude. And I guarantee you she sucks in bed.
Sucks.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm judging a book by its cover, but I cannot see her just like tossing you around.
Like letting loose?
No.
Nah.
So
she's single for a reason.
Yeah, Kelsey can. Yeah, exactly. If you're that big of a star and you're single,
I'm you know what? I think, you know, it's kind of crazy how like stories never come out. I know they like do NDAs, I think. So you can't really talk about it.
Yeah.
But dude, isn't it crazy how, you know, like even like a Miley Cyrus, she comes out, she seems like she's a gnarly chick, you know, and she's twerking everywhere. She's like pretty like dirty. And I'm like, dude, I like it.
Yeah.
And then she goes on a podcast and she's like, I'm kind of boring. Like I want to get straight to the point. I don't like foreplay. I don't like the other stuff. I have so much stuff to do that I don't have time for that. Like, and I'm what's
more important than bedtime activities? Dude?
Yeah.
That's how you get motivated for your activities you got to do.
Yeah.
Telling you, man.
You have a good session in the bedroom and then you go to the studio and sing about it.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, so I was like, I get that. Like I understand that. But you portray this like person that, you know, guys are like, dude, that chick must be dirty. You know, whatever. And then it turns out that they're not. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of these celebrities are probably like that. Dude,
you know what's weird is just humans in general. It's like a lot of dudes and women are just fine with just the regular missionary at night and have a little kiss and go to bed. It's like, how come? Maybe we're the weird ones.
Yeah, we're definitely.
Yeah.
They ain't horny.
Yeah. Like you come out of the shower, if you're my girlfriend, dude, I got an apple in my mouth. I'm ready to go. Do whatever you want.
What the fuck's got an apple got to do with it?
I don't know. I've seen that, like the gag thing.
Oh, yeah.
I just made up apple.
Freaking stuffed pig.
Yeah, dude. You call me fat?
Well, dude, you brought up the apple. Yeah. I don't know.
No. And, I know. And let's be real. Like, I'm not some gnarly dude, but I like to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a one position dude.
Well, I mean, being a gnarly dude, like in that sense, you're just weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're not weird, but we're very about that life.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I don't want
and I feel like like
gross
other
weird
people,
shit, you know?
And I'm like, dude, he ain't beat it up.
Hell no, dude. Kelsey probably sucks in bed too.
That's what I'm saying. He's a celebrity.
Yeah. I don't really want to picture it now that I think about it, but whatever. Anyways, dude, we got the upper hand on Kelsey here.
Yeah. That's a good couple though, because she's big.
Yeah.
She's huge. She's like 6'5".
Yeah, she's like, no, not 6'5". Jesus, that was a stretch there. No, she's a taller for a woman.
She's definitely in the 6.
Then you throw some hills on her.
Hey, she's definitely 6 foot.
I don't know. Have our producer look it up real quick while we're talking.
Yeah, look it up.
Okay, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's like 6 foot at least.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a tall lady.
So
hey, good for them, man.
Yeah.
I just see more to it than they just randomly started dating and like they're in love and the mom like is fully on board with it.
I never looked at it that way. I just saw it from like the marketing standpoint of like,
oh, it's genius.
Damn, like the Chiefs are killing it. He's killing it. His name, just because this one person that's made a huge name for herself, has a big following, is dating them. So now everyone's invested in that, right? So it's the same thing. Like if you translate that to moto, like if the networks or whoever will push riders out there to be like, hey, like Adam Jones got this going on, and put him out there, and people get invested, be like, oh, that guy's cool. Like, but they don't do none of that shit.
No, they don't.
You know?
Very standard in the marketing scheme. Yeah.
So, well, it is what it is.
Yep.
Miami drops 70 points on the Broncos.
Dude, saw that. And I was watching a game with Gil, Broncos fan.
Oh, really?
It was not going well for him. Yeah, that was gnarly. We actually did. Oh, that was part of the weekend too. We got to Bodine's. Did 9:30 a.m. till like almost 8 p.m.
Damn.
Dude.
12
Pizza,
hours?
wings, beers. I bet on some. Dude, I won all my bets this weekend. I just did small ones, but I messed up on Thursday night. We went to Bodine's because it was the Niners Giants.
Yeah.
Niners Giants? Yeah. And I heard like Saquon was out. So I'm like, well, that's the Giants' only like real weapon. So I just did like 3 like little bets, $170. And then on the Sunday night game, because we were leaving at halftime because we'd been there freaking since 9 a.m. But I did like the Steelers and the under on the first half or something. Made $70.
So we'd do it.
I'm rich, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just small bets. And those were $20 bets. So I probably made like $60. I don't know what I made. But yeah. Dude, that was fun Sunday. It made me want snowy weather. Because you kind of do feel bad sitting in a sports bar all day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like beautiful out. So like when it's snowing, dude, it's game on. You should come down and join us.
I will.
You don't have to drink.
I will.
Pizza's so good.
I know. I've had it with you.
Yeah.
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 It's a good setup.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Come down and the Falcons probably lose.
Yeah.
They lost this weekend.
Yeah, they did.
Bunch of
I saw
losers, dude.
I saw it.
Dude, they beat 2 teams by like a point both times.
Uh-huh.
And then people are like, dude, Falcons might be really good. And I'm like, dude, they beat 2 teams by a point.
Yeah.
Like, that's not good.
Yeah.
They barely did it. Then they got their asses whooped. I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit more.
Dude, that's like the Raiders because, you know, some of our buddies are Raiders fans. And week 1, they beat the Broncos 17-16.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, damn, dude, they look good. And I'm like, the Broncos scored 20 points and got beat by 50 this weekend. Like, they're not a good team, you know? Yeah. And, dude, no lie, week 1, the Dolphins have been my dark horse for Super Bowl.
I know, you did say that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, you know, sometimes when it just feels like it's that season for them, like they actually like
16-0?
Nah, I wouldn't say that much.
Okay.
But
that'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. But
only team to do it twice. Well, only team to do it, and then only team to do it twice.
Twice, yeah. That'd be gnarly. See, there's a story for the NFL, dude. They'll make it happen.
Script.
Yep. Oh, wait, I'm over here. Yeah. We actually got a question.
Okay.
From my friend Kelsey. She's a Traeger girl. She does some nice cooking. She asked me the other day why I put olives in my beers.
Because it's salty.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it for a week now because I wanted to make sure we got our fan questions in, right? I don't know, dude. We just started doing it a long time ago. My buddy Norm did it, and he called it a desert martini. I'm like, that name sounds bitchin', you know? So that's kind of what I thought. I mean, I like olives, so it's good. But it's kind of nice. Like, it makes you want to chug your beer faster because there's like a reward at the end of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, you're drinking, but then also you get a little snack.
Yeah. And like, say you get like a tall one, right? Like a 24-ounce beer, draft beer. Dude, you get to the bottom of it and it's like kind of warm and gross. You know, like I'll always like have that much in it left. And I'm like, God, this is disgusting. But if there's like little treats in there, you're like, well, let me rip this thing out and get my treats.
So, okay. Yeah. So you don't really know, but that's probably why.
Yeah.
I can concur, but not from a beer standpoint. But say like you go to Sonic and you get a cherry limeade.
Right.
I'm eating that cherry.
Hell yeah, I'm eating that cherry, dude.
Yeah.
Haven't eaten a cherry in a long time, but that thing's not going to waste.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, so I think that's all it is it's like, and like at Sunridge, the chick actually puts like a little olive juice in it and it kind of just flavors the beer a little different. Yeah. Dude, when you drink beers for the last 25 years, like you got to start switching it up a little bit. Yeah. And not the beer. I'm just saying your technique. So
yeah. Gotta get kinky with it.
It helps you finish those tall drafts way quicker.
Yeah.
So
okay. There you go.
There you go, Kelsey. Thanks for the question. But like I said, it stumped me. I was actually trying to think because I just always say I want olives in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I eat them every time, but I didn't actually know the purpose.
Isn't my question, do they charge you extra?
Nah.
No?
Hell no,
It
dude.
comes with it?
Those are garnishes. It's just like in a bloody, right? You're not getting charged for the pepper, olive, whatever.
True.
Yeah. It's a garnish.
That's weird.
Yeah. Freaking delicious. So I'm kind of craving.
Lose money off of it.
No. Dude, you get like a freaking one of those things for like 79 cents.
Yeah, but have you seen like the gnarly Bloody Marys? They got like a pizza.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Shrimp. Yeah. Everything.
Those things are also like $40. So they're
okay. So they're getting their money.
Because I had like a crab leg, all kinds of shit in mine one time, and it was like 40. I'm like, holy shit, for a drink?
Yeah. Keeping it on subject, basically, what we've been talking about all day here. Tyreek Hill, Dolphins player. The cheetah.
Yeah.
They call him. That he was asked, what would you do when you retire? What do you want to do? And he said he wants to be a porn star when he retires.
No, he said that?
Yeah.
See, he's one of those dudes I feel like he'd be weird, like probably beating up the chick and stuff.
Jeez.
He's gnarly, dude. Yeah, I think he already beat up a chick once.
Oh, man.
On the Chiefs.
Maybe he shouldn't do that.
Yeah, when he was on the Chiefs, I think he had to like go to...
Oh, that's why he got traded, yeah.
Yeah.
He got in trouble.
Yeah, him and... what was the dude's name? Lamar Hunt? No, not Lamar.
I don't know.
He was on the Browns, I think. Or he was on the Chiefs, and I think he like punched his pregnant girl. Or maybe it was Tyreek Hill.
Dang.
One of them was pregnant, and they dropped her. So he'd probably be weird. And you know that thing's this long. He's just slapping it off.
He's like
face.
my height, but like
slap it off their face.
Yeah.
See, I can't do that. Mine would make like a little tic tac noise. It's all.
Yeah. So we basically do what porn stars do, but we just don't film it because we're not blessed.
I'm
like
not.
Porn stars.
Yeah, you don't want to see this on video. It's disgusting, dude.
Mm-hmm. That happens.
Yeah. Like my belly's starting to cover it, dude. Like I'm getting close to some sit-ups here.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah. That's a weird thing for an NFL player to say.
I mean, he has his life planned out, I guess.
Mm-hmm. God, an NFL straight into the porns.
Dude, that's kind of cool.
That's living.
Yeah.
He's maximizing.
I mean, if you got the equipment to go into the industry, dude, go in, just dominate.
Yeah. And he's going to have the six-pack. He's going to be like your prototypical porn star.
Yeah.
You know how they're either like super fat dudes or like six-pack ripped dudes.
Yeah.
There's no like just normal dude like me.
Yeah.
It's like you're one or the other.
And what they all have in common? Big old swingers.
Big old swingers, dude.
That's the only requirement.
I mean, I've never watched porn before. I've heard people.
Yeah, I saw like a screen grab on Twitter once.
Yeah. Damn people on Twitter. That's why I deleted it.
Someone posted it. So let's go into worth watching.
Okay.
Got 5 minutes here. See, I like that setup.
Oh, that's sick, dude. Already setup is so killing it.
Mm-hmm. Kind of. We'll get better.
Okay.
We'll get better. But worth watching this weekend, we got Canelo Alvarez, my cousin.
Yep.
Versus Jermel Charlo.
My cousin.
Your cousin. Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific from the T-Mobile Arena. This is a big fight. Big fight. I think they're both like like undisputed means you know, like a lot of weight classes, they have 4 belts.
Yeah.
You know, they got like the one, well, I don't even know how it goes, but like the WF, W whatever.
Right.
So if you're undisputed, you got all those belts. You're the best in that whole division, right? You beat everyone. So I think both of them are that.
Okay.
Going in. So fighting, it's basically whoever wins is the best. And, you know?
Canelo's going to win, dude.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Canelo's
he's the only name I know in that stuff, so that's why I'm saying that.
Well, you don't know your cousin, Charlo?
No, I haven't. He's long lost.
Yeah.
Long lost.
That happens.
Yeah.
Also worth watching this weekend, starting today, I think, the 44th annual, or I think annual. Yeah. Ryders Cup.
Yeah.
Live from Rome.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Dude, it sucks though, because it comes on at starts at 10:30 tonight.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough for me, dude. I'm old now. If I'm not drinking, dude, I'm in bed at 9. But no, I love that. It's, as a golf fan, it's just a different format, you know, and like their strategy too. Like they just had Zach Johnson, the team captain for USA on, and he was like, because he left on the first round, he left Spieth, Thomas, Koepka, and someone else out. And everyone's like, how can you leave those guys out?
Yeah.
You know, because like Sam Burns is playing the first round. And
they're alternates, right?
No, you rotate teams. You can't play all, I think there's 12. You can't play all 12 dudes in each format. So he's like pairing teams up. You know, because the first day is like 4-ball or something like that. So he's pairing teams up, like Scotty Scheffler and Sam Burns are on a team, and they're like, you know, college best friends and stuff. Yeah. So what you want to do, kind of what he was saying is that first day, that first tee shot, because this is like way beyond like $10 million, or this is like your whole country, like, you know, like the MX of Nations for us, right? Yep. So that first tee shot is like, I guess, the most stressful shot. And I think Scheffler's goes first. So it's like, why not have like, you know, I'd feel more comfortable with you there than maybe someone on the team that I'm not comfortable with, you know? So.
And we all know Scheffler, they call him Big Dick Scheffler for a reason.
No, I think that's Tiger or Ricky, dude.
Okay.
I think you missed that. He might have a swinger. He's a big dude.
No, just in general, he has that energy.
He does.
He's going to go out there and
like,
just dominate.
You don't see Scheffler like really grenading this weekend, you know, like he's going to play good. But that's what I'm saying is like, Spieth has like proven himself. Thomas is like really good at, you know, even though he had a kind of a bad year, I see why they picked him up because he's awesome when it comes to like the competitions, like the team aspect of it, you know? So, but yeah, it's going to be awesome, dude. Europe's got a really good team as well. You know, Rahm and Rory and Fleetwood and all these dudes. So,
well, it's funny you say that, and I'm glad you like educated me on it because I didn't know. So I saw like the lineup, right? And I'm like, dude, US is going to get washed.
Yeah.
Like, that lineup in Europe is really good.
Yeah.
And then, cause I was thinking, cause it said alternates.
Yeah.
Where I read it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, so from what I know, like alternate, someone gets hurt or pulls out.
You sure it was an alternate shot?
I don't know. So maybe it means something different in the golf world than what we're used to. So, you know, so I was thinking, dang, Europe has a good team compared to like the US. And then I look at the US and I'm like, dude, there's a lot of good alternates on the U.S.
Yeah.
Why aren't they playing?
Yeah.
So that makes a lot more sense now. So with that being said, U.S. has a pretty good team.
Dude, this I think is probably, and I mean, you could say that every year, right? But so Ryder Cup's every other year. Mm-hmm. So the last time they did it was 21 and it was in our country.
Oh, okay.
So now we're in Rome, like we're more on their territories, which is gnarly because it's the crowd, right? All these dudes play golf together. They know how to play. Mm-hmm. But dude, the crowds like will boo Spieth on the tee box and like, there's 40,000 people just yelling at you. And it's like, it's kind of like waste management, but picture like, waste management for the Americans in Phoenix or Scottsdale or waste management in, Rome for the year. So that's kind of how it's going to be. It's just like a gnarly, like,
well, waste management is like, they're out there to have fun.
Yeah.
Right. This weekend is they're out there to cheer for their country. So
I was just going more off like the crowds.
Yeah.
Right. Like Waste has like one of the biggest crowds on the PGA Tour. So like picture that 16th tee where you can hear people just yelling the whole time. That's how hole number 1 will be. Mm-hmm. Like it's going to be that gnarly for the Americans. Like when they're like even Scheffler, even if some dude in Rome loves him, it's like he's cheering for his country at this point. He's not cheering for Scheffler. So
yeah,
it makes it gnarly for them. But yeah, I like it. Like I don't know if tomorrow or like Saturday, maybe they play 2 rounds in one day. Mm-hmm. So it's like, like Spieth might play both of those or Spieth might play one. It's like they rotate these dudes in and out based on, strength of who they're playing and what the format is. Cause some guy might be better at alternate shot than he is at best ball or singles, or, you know what I mean? So that's what I like about it is you're not just watching 4 days, like the Masters, you love the Masters because of the novelty, but you're like, dude, kind of just want to see who wins this thing.
Yeah.
After you've seen the course since Thursday and, the beauty of it and the way they film it, it's like, okay, now just who's going to win it. Mm-hmm. But this, it's like every day's different format, different players, different groups until Sunday. And it all comes down to that. So
do you remember who won it last time?
We did.
Team USA.
Yeah. But we were in Wisconsin, Whistling Straits.
Yeah.
So like I said, the home turf is like a huge advantage.
Yeah.
So
you're an educated guess who's winning it this time.
I put money on the USA just because they were the underdogs. So if I win, I would win decent.
Yeah.
But it would be pretty hard to go against Europe.
So who do you think's going to win?
Europe?
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. It's hard. Because Rory's playing some good golf right now, but he's hitting, like he only won 1 point at Whistling Straits. Mm-hmm. He lost every match that he played in except for the very last day. And then they have 2 kind of rookies, like this Ludwig Adberg dude. He's like, I think that's how you say his name. He's like 22. He just came out of the amateur ranks, but he won like 2 events in a row or something. Yeah. So he was a captain's pick. There's a couple like kids on there that haven't really proved themselves, where everyone on our team, like there's not a pick where I'm like, that's kind of gnarly. Mm-hmm. Like we got Homa, Morikawa, like I said, Koepka. Yeah. It's like everyone on our team has pretty much played a Ryder Cup or a President's Cup and they know how it goes, but you have these probably 3 or 4 dudes on the Europe side that you just don't know how it's going to go. Yeah. So, but
they got some gnarly dudes.
That might be where they've, proved their point, like how good at golf they are.
Yeah.
Like I think of it as like nerves of being 22, 23 years old with their country on your shoulders, but who knows? These kids might come out and win every match they do. So,
and that being said, they probably play in Europe a lot more than in the United States.
Yeah, for sure. So, so they're like comfortable. Mm-hmm. And I think mainly because like I said, those dudes all know how to play golf. It's going to be the crowds. Yeah. Like that's going to kind of, like it's going to be gnarly getting yelled at on the first tee box. So yeah, it'll be cool to watch. I want the U.S. to win because it's my home team and I got $100 on them. Mm. But if I had to pick, I would say Europe.
Dang.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the podcast, I would have probably said Europe too. Mm-hmm. But now that you explain kind of how it works and how the team works and who's on the team, I'm going Team USA.
There we go. We got to represent our country, dude.
I got it. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yep.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Next week will come a little bit earlier and you're going to Aftershock. So I'm actually really excited because I do want to talk like a lot about music. So if you guys are into music, hit us up with some questions, maybe what you want to hear. Me ask Mike or whatever, but I'm super excited. I want to talk about like AFI.
Oh, I know.
AFI is going to be one of
AFI, Pennywise. Dude, it's going to be so good. So we got a good lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be a good lineup there. So I'm excited to talk about music.
Yeah, we will.
So that's next week.
Yeah. Have questions ready for me. I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. Best time of the year for me, Aftershock. I love it.
Okay.
So cool.
So, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for hanging with the boys. My name's Jorge. That is Mike over there. Check us out on all our social medias. The Boys _pod. Give us a like.
Yeah.
Give us a subscribe, rating, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
We appreciate you guys, and see you next week.
All right. Peace.